Amidst the deteriorating air quality index of Delhi, the odd even rule is back. Today we shall have a cocktail of odd even rule, the concept, and also what is the graded response action plan. Phase 4 has been invoked recently by CAQM. We are going to talk about that as well. And how does the geography of New Delhi NCR region specifically is a factor in the current crises, air crises of Delhi? We are going to talk about that as well. So do not worry about notes. Notes will be provided through my Telegram channel, Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. You just have to understand what we are talking about. So the odd even rule, which was for the first time ever applied in Delhi in 2016, has made a comeback looking at the degrading air quality index of Delhi NCR region. And this will be operational from 13th of November till 20th of November. Let's talk about the odd even rule. This is basically a traffic rationing system in which the private vehicles which have a registration number ending with odd numbers will be allowed to commute on odd number of days, and if we talk about the even number, then they will be allowed to commute on the even number days. This will reduce the number of vehicles on road, hence also pushing out the number of pollutants from the air. So this is the odd even rule. You must think that this is very unique to Delhi. No. In 2016, we did apply for the first time ever in Delhi this particular rule. But it goes back to the 1979, the year 1979, when the US applied it for the first time. Back then, there was an absence of proper, a volume of fuel for the USA because of the ongoing war in Iraq and Iran. So to curb that, the odd even rule came into being. And in 2012, after Hurricane Sandy hit the USA, again, for this very reason, the absence of proper volume of gasoline, this again was put into place. And then other countries also did it. Remember, who instituted it? Who established it? The USA did in 1979. Now, ahead of the 2008 Olympic Games, Beijing also imposed the odd even scheme. In August 2015, China again imposed restrictions on factory production and car use in Beijing. For 2 good weeks, the odd even rule was into application. Odd even rule has frequently also been imposed in France, specifically Paris, so that air pollution can be curbed. Here, whenever odd even rule is in application, public transport is free in the city, which our country can also look at. Mexico also issued a circular in 1989 that called for citywide bans 1 day per week based on odd even number plates to curb air pollution. In Rome, Italy, citizens were told to follow the odd even rule in 2015. So many countries, this is a very important thing that you can write in your examination if it is asked about the odd even rule. Many countries have also applied this policy. The benefits are a lot. First, reduction in road congestion. Specifically in Delhi NCR, we see viral videos almost all the time that the roads have been congested. Because first of all, public transport is something that people are not nudged towards. There may be the presence of public transport in good voluminous numbers, but people do not want to follow that for their own convenience, of course. So we have to make people aware, and we also have to make sure that people are nudged towards using public transport such as metro, also buses, or even carpool is an option. That will help. Slight drop in pollution levels are registered, not significantly, but slight. So this is one of the benefits. This is a short-term solution. This is not a long-term solution. What is the long-term solution? Having electric vehicles and infrastructure for electric vehicles. Other than that, of course, green hydrogen is there. Other than that, we can also rely on renewable energies. So there are options, but right now India is very slow in adopting such kind of options. These restrictions on car have been followed up with measures to boost public transport as well. If it is in a practice to apply odd even rule almost on a regular basis as well, public transport will get a push. Now, if more people will start demanding public transport, the government will also want to supply it. So this is all interrelated. It will also boost employment, manufacturing, many things will be taken care of by the odd even rule. But the success of the odd even rule was not a lot in 2016 because of the lack of proper public transport. So, the public transport as compared to 2016 in New Delhi and Delhi NCR region still is a slightly better. But we cannot expect significant results from such a short-term solution. Moving on, the situation of Delhi is grim. The Air Quality Index, which was launched in the year 2014 as a part of the Swachh Bharat campaign, is a color-coded scheme in which we will measure the air quality through colors. If it is between 0 to 50, the air quality is good. But if it is 401 to 500 and above that, it is severe. And then we have severe plus category as well. In many cities, severe plus category, many cities are falling in the severe plus category. So that takes us to the graded response action plan. The graded response action plan is a set of instructions and authoritatives that come into play whenever the air quality breaches the poor level. And it has been into place in the Delhi NCR region from 1st of October. Now, the graded response action plan, because of the deteriorating air quality, has entered its phase 4. So, phase 4, if we talk about, is for the severe plus category regions. For example, what kind of directions can be given? Stopping entry of trucks in Delhi. There are two exceptions, LNG and CNG trucks, if these are, or those who are involved in essential services. There is also a ban on Delhi registered diesel operated medium goods vehicles and heavy goods vehicles, and it also empowers the authorities to take a decision on discontinuing physical classes even for classes 6th to 9th. Okay, and class 11 as well. But right now we are seeing that right now government is moving at a very phased phase over here, and conduct classes in an online mode. This is also an option, along with other things such as stopping construction facilities and everything else. So this is the situation of Delhi right now. But we read the news almost every year and we see the same category of issues are happening every year for Delhi. There is a reason for that. First of all, we have to understand that Delhi NCR region is made up of certain states such as Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and also Rajasthan. And Punjab, it is nearing Punjab. Punjab is not a part of the NCR, but of course it is near Delhi. And these states are very agricultural in nature. Now, stubble burning is one of the major factors that come into play because after the Kharif season ends, the stubble, the leftovers of the Kharif season have to be washed away, have to be put away so that the Rabi season crops can be planted. And because agriculture is practiced at such a large scale in these cities and in these states, what happens that they have a very little window, first of all, to have the cropping for the Rabi crops done. So in this little window of time, they have to get rid of all the stubble. So what do? They burn it, and this is the easiest way for them. Also, the government did introduce happy cedar, which is a friendly way to do away with the stubble, but it is not at all affordable for majority of the farmers. Also, there is a lack of awareness, so burning is the easy way to go. So one thing we have to understand, penalties here will not be suitable because first of all, the farmers do not have the proper resources to buy the happy cedar. Secondly, without government incentives, that cannot be done. Also, lack of awareness. So we have to work on this. Penalties and penalization is not the only way. We have to go with a balanced approach. Stubble burning happens and the wind speed is pretty slow over here at this period of time, October, November. And the pollutants, because of the lack of wind speed, start to form smog along with fog and stay there for a long period of time. Then we have here the stubble burning is happening. Here is the NCT of Delhi and the NCR region. Here we have the Himalayas. Lack of proper wind speed. Next, cooling of air. When the air starts to cool down, it becomes denser and it starts to settle down. Hot air rises, cool air settles down, and it along with the pollutants, the fog starts settling down, and lack of wind speed makes it possible for the pollutants to hover in the Delhi NCR region. And because of the mighty Himalayas, the pollutants also do not have anywhere to go. they start settling down. The Himalayas are mighty aloft, and this is the geographical reason why we see smog covering like a blanket the entire Delhi NCR region. So these are the certain things that we have to keep in mind. Also, it has been pointed out that now the wind speed will be better in certain number of days. So we can see relief happening for Delhi. But this is like a story for every year. Now, I have already told you how it happens. Pollution, just keep it for visualization. These are the Himalayan terrain which is blocking it down, and this is the affected region of Delhi. Now, P2I batches are being launched from 17th of November for English, and this is a live batch. That means it will take place at 6 p.m. Every day, and you have to interact with the teachers with this particular class because these are interactive batches. If you want to take a holistic batch, not only for GS, CSAT, SA, ethics, but also prelims, test series, mains, test series, daily answer writing practice, or if you're interested in the English batch, it is starting from 15th of November. This will be a hybrid batch, Hindi plus English. You can opt for any of the batch, and Hindi is also available. Make sure you use the code PDLife. Right now, we are also giving a Diwali discount. So if you use the code, a better discount will be available from this particular price. Okay, so make sure you do it as soon as possible so that we can send you the study material as well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay updated.